Man wants me to refund a book he ripped from the spine. I work in a bookshop which gets extremely busy during the holiday period. I was practically alone today as my coworker is quite new and very unenthusiastic. A man came in at around closing time and I asked him if he needs any help. He said yes and took out a book and slammed it on the desk. He told me that he bought it last Friday, which I remember as I cashed it out for him, and that after a few days of owning it and leafing through it, he accidentally tore the spine from the book. He demanded he gets a refund, or that he exchanges the book with a different one that is not damaged. After telling him that it was not possible, as the books must be in brand new condition when returned, he got angry and told me he shouldn't have to prove that he wasn't rough with it. So I told him I would call someone else to get a second opinion. I called the manager of our other outlet, who is an amazing person who tries to help customers the best she can, and she told me that it's impossible to take the book back. I confirmed that it was in new condition when purchased because I had cashed it out. I reiterated what the manager told me, and the man got even angrier, slamming his fists on the table and being sarcastic about what great customer service we have. I just kept a smile on and said thank you, we try our best. He left and I thought that was the end of tea, but of course he came back, in demanding to speak to a manager. I told him that the person I had phoned was the manager, and she told me not to process the refund and that if he wants he can write a formal complaint to the owner of the company instead, and gave him my full name. I'm quite curious to see if he follows through with his threat. You'll be receiving an email from my receptionist. My job is to help people stop smoking with alternative products, of which I'm a knowledgeable specialist. I take great pride in my work, especially working with the elderly. I'm a student now, and do it part-time, but I adore my job, I really do. Many of you will know that this results in exemplary customer care. There are still maniac customers though, and dealing with addictive substances, some can be scathing and irritable. Here is a story of one. Let's call her Trading Standards, TC. In she comes. Me, hello, how can I help you? She slams down a torn box and a receipt. TC, it's broken. Me, that's so unfortunate. Is it the glass that's cracked or is? TC, no, it's broken. Me, alright, no problem. I'll just take a look at it. Many issues are extremely easy to fix. It won't take me a moment. TC, don't bother, I want a refund. I already told you it was broken. Unfortunately, unless it is a manufacturing fault, then I can't do anything. We have a very fair return policy for genuine faults. Either way, it requires me to test it. I explained this, and she is not having it at all. While I'm explaining, I'm looking at the product. It's fine, obviously. TC, I want a refund. Me, I can't do that. I'm not authorized to return non-faulty stock. TC, I've told you that it is faulty. I know my rights. I work for Trading Standards. You don't have your returns policy displayed. Where is it? It's about 2 feet from the tip of her nose, and I point at it. Oh, scary. Trading Standards. Huh. This will be good. TC, where is the manager? My husband says the girl who sold him this was pushy. I want to complain. Me, I'm working alone today, and I apologize if your husband found his experience poor. You are welcome to return and put in a complaint against me if you feel it's necessary when a manager is on shift. There is a customer support email at the top of your receipt too. You are also welcome to leave your device with me for further testing. If I find any fault, I would be more than happy to return it. You haven't described the problem, which would help me a great deal. TC is freaking livid at this point that I'm not cowering in fear of her supposed job. She snatches up the device and goes to storm out. At this point, I see the husband hovering at the door looking sheepish. She twists on the spot at the door and stabs her finger at me, spitting out. You don't mess with Trading Standards. I know how this all works. You'll be receiving an email from my receptionist. Yeesh. I'm poker face. The unbelieving giggles are boiling. As soon as the door shuts, I'm bursting to tell my colleagues how they should be reset IVNGONEMAILFROMHR receptioni street any day now. Boomer tourist corrects my grammar and knows my country _s traditional food better than I. This will be short, but it has all the good ingredients. Boomer tourist, M60s, me, F33, retail hell during Christmas, free food samples, and patronizing condescension. I backquote M on mobile, sorry for the weird format. I've worked in retail for close to a decade now, and thought I've seen it all. On this particular day last weekend I was working as a sample lady for my second job in a bakery in a very busy high-end retail store giving out samples of my country's traditional Christmas cookies. This family comes along. I hear them talking English to each other, and noticed they were Brits. So I switched languages, and proceeded to give them my little speech about the cookies on my plate. Me, and this is like a butter cookie. Boomer, cuts me off mid-sentence, not like. It is a butter cookie. Me, no, it backquotes like. And I backquote M fluent in English. I know what I backquote M talking about. You don't backquote T need to falsely correct me. Boomer, no, you backquote re not fluent. This is not like a butter cookie, it is a butter cookie. He backquotes getting upset now. Me, have you eaten this cookie before? Boomer, no, but you, me, so how would you know it is a butter cookie? It has other ingredients in it, and we don't backquote T call it butter cookie. That backquote S. Why I say it backquote S like a butter cookie for tourists, because that backquote S in most cases the closest example they know. By now the boomer glares at me angrily, but his son shoots me a. I backquote M so sorry, look and tries to quietly move his dad away from me and my cookies. I give a handful of them to the son backquote S kids, and wish them all a happy Christmas.